President Trump delivers a primetime speech on election security, taking aim at China, claiming it accessed U.S. voter data and tried to influence the 2020 election. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Chiquetto. The president continued to falsely insist his election loss to Joe Biden was, quote, rigged and stolen. News 8's Richard Allen is here with more on the president's claims and how critics are responding, and more on the decision California voters will soon have to make when it comes to election integrity.
Well, Carlo, that's right. In fact, the speech tonight comes as President Trump continues to press Congress to pass the Save America Act. Now, that's a bill that would require proof of citizenship to register to vote, as well as voter identification at the polls.
Still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country could be great without fair and honest elections.
During his address, President Trump said the White House is releasing a trove of newly declassified documents to back up his claims of foreign interference in the 2020 elections by China.
The People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files.
He also accused U.S. intelligence agencies of covering up China's actions, but critics quickly pushed back on those assertions.
Yeah, when he talks about the idea that somehow these countries are gathering voter files, these are publicly available. You don't have to hack into them. You can buy them. So I've never seen a comments like this from a president of the United States. Doesn't matter what party. That's nothing to do with party. That is so less connected to truth.
Trump also claimed, without providing evidence, that more than 250,000 voters are currently on the rolls illegally and that voting machines are vulnerable to hackers.
Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible.
Voting machines are more secure than almost any other technology because they're kept under strict lock and key. They're not connected to the internet, and because we have those paper ballots that we go back to and audit to confirm the results.
This speech comes as voters here in California are set to vote on a controversial voter ID measure this November, which would require identification to cast a ballot.
I believe that this initiative will restore public trust and confidence, and we'll actually see more participation in elections as a result.
You're more likely to be struck by lightning in the United States than you are to commit voter fraud in an election in the United States. So, why are we putting our voters through new burdensome procedures? Why are we charging our taxpayers more money to erect these new procedures when we don't have any problem that they're addressing?
And officials in China tell CBS News that the country did not interfere in U.S. elections and would never do so. In the meantime, in response to the president's address, Governor Newsom tonight posted on X, Trump does not believe in fair and free elections. He believes in one thing, authoritarianism.
Richard, it's kind of interesting how the different broadcast and cable networks decided to handle this. Not all of them aired it live.
That's right, and President Trump made note of that in his address tonight. So ABC, NBC, CNN, they did not air it at all. In fact, they just ran regular programming. CBS decided to air portions of it, but also provided analysis as well.
It kind of aggressively debunked some of the claims in there that were provably false.
That's right.
All right, Richard Allen reporting live. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.